Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. It is 11:55 in the morning Mountain Time here in the U.S. It is January 1st. Happy New Year's, everybody. We're going to do messages for January the 2nd, which is, of course, Tuesday, for each sign. And then we will also do 5 minutes of Reiki. And then after that will be free-for-all questions and cards of the day. Okay, so let's start with Aries for January the 2nd. Isn't that weird? January the 2nd. Okay, January the 2nd, Aries. I feel like you need to be a little bit watchful about some things that are going on in your life, that there's an offer that somebody will be making you on the 2nd, Aries, and I think that you just want to look that offer over really good. Make sure that you're checking out the details and that you know exactly what you're getting into. I think this offer is going to look really good, or it's going to be presented to you in a way that it looks really good. And I'm not saying that it's not good, but I think it may be a little bit different than how it's presented to you. So you really want to look at all the fine print before you snatch that offer right up, okay? So that is Aries. Tammy Bambi, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. Little ODD. Happy New Year's, right? It's cold here too. And my furnace went out. And they can't get anybody here to fix it till tomorrow because all the parts stores are closed today. Yippee. Happy New Year, Anna Lopez. Happy New Year, Kim Hefner. Mitchell Gatewood. Hello, hello. Your phone's trying to make me an Alistair. There we go. Happy New Year, everybody. Glad you are here. Let me go ahead and do the signs, and then after that, we'll do Reiki, and then we'll do free-for-all questions, and we'll do cards of the day at that point, kind of like we did yesterday. No worries. I know that happens. My phone tries to make me Amistad, so I get it. Taurus, let's look at you for January the 2nd. What's going on with you guys? Taurus, I think you have something coming up on the 2nd that is really, I think there's something happening that you're not so thrilled with, you're not so happy about. But the positive side of this is that whenever you recognize whatever this is that's coming in on the 2nd, it helps you to realize, well, if I don't want this, then what I do want is this. And I think it actually motivates you to get things going in the direction that you actually want to go, Taurus. Right now, space heaters are saving me, little ODD. Let's see, Gemini. What do I have coming in for you guys? Oh, this is some craziness. Gemini, what I'm hearing whenever I reach in to find a message for you, what I'm hearing is beware of the wolf knocking at your door. Not exactly sure what that means, except for this may be something to do with some kind of trickster or a con artist. Doesn't necessarily have to be literally knocking at your door. This could be somebody leaving a text message or an email, somebody just trying to get your attention that may not have the best intentions. So be aware, be aware, be aware. Don't be paranoid, just be aware. Hello there, Striving. Happy New Year. Okay, everybody who's here, if you don't mind sharing, I certainly would appreciate it. It's always more fun when people can get in on a live interaction while it's actually going on live. Cancer, let's take a peek at you guys. December the 2nd. Cancer, I feel like there's something that you're working on making more secure. I feel like this is a situation or a project that is already in your life, but you are doing some work to make this project have more, or situation have more staying power or more sticking power. So doing something to add some security. Leo, 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 Leo. Leo, January the 2nd. I think that love is going to be a focus for you on January the 2nd, whether it's romantic love, whether it's platonic love, whether it's lusty love. I think it's going to be different for all of you. Some of you, this is going to be love from your children or siblings even. But for others of you, this is going to be love with a romantic interest or romantic partner. So love is going to be a focus for at least some part of the day for you on January 2nd. Some of you may be celebrating, anniversaries, going out to dinner, maybe even going dancing. Interesting on a Tuesday night, but there's going to be, it feels like it has to do with love, and it feels like there's some kind of celebration for you Leos. Virgo, you're up next. Let's see what we have for Virgo. Virgo, whenever I feel into you guys, I'm hearing high noon. Now, I'm sort of trying to sort through that message, and I think I've actually got multiple messages coming in there. So some of you Virgos, this is going to be you or somebody who is significant in your sphere of influence that you're going to be finding literally like high in the middle of the day, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else. And I used to think, nobody that watches me would get high in the middle of the day, but then I found out that some of my fans, that could happen. So it could be some of you Virgos who are watching, but I do think for a lot of you, this is going to be somebody else too. I also feel like the other message that's coming in, Virgos, is that you may be facing some kind of challenge or showdown with some other person. Almost said with some other type of person, with some other person on Tuesday. So there may be some kind of showdown where, it almost makes me kind of think of the Wild Wild West where, we'll meet at high noon and what do you call that, a shootout? So some kind of showdown for, and I think this is, some kind of power struggle or power play. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. But I do think it's going to be some kind of power play that's coming up for you on the 2nd, Virgos, for those of you who are not finding somebody or yourself literally high in the middle of the day. Internet slowing is a bummer, isn't it, Mitchell? Gemma, Happy New Year. LaShawn Treese, hello, hello. I'm excited that you're here too. This is your first time. Glad to see you here. Welcome. Yeah, a drawdown or a draw. That's good. Thank you, little ODD. Okay, so let's see about Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, you have some kind of justice coming in on the 2nd. You're going to be making sure that things are fair and even. For some of you, justice can be some kind of court case that's coming out in a fair way, which can mean, that if you have been doing things above board and this court case is against you, then this can come out in your favor. Or if you haven't been doing things above board, if you've been operating more on your shadow side, then there may be consequences that come up here. So this can be about some kind of legal situation. I also see the Justice card a lot for relationship situations when there's an ending or maybe even a temporary ending where it's mutual. It can be a mutual ending. At the same time, it also can be an ending where the person who is more fully invested in the relationship decides that it's not so good to keep things going. I don't really feel like there's a lot of personal energy around this, but I did want to mention that because it does come up pretty commonly for this card. This really feels more like something going on with a big group or maybe even with a company. So this could be about, if you really deserve a raise, maybe you're getting a raise. If there's somebody in your sphere of influence that should have been fired a long time ago, they may be getting fired. Because I really feel like this has more to do with a large group than it has to do with any kind of one-on-one situation for you Libras. You're an Aquarius with a Pisces cusp 218. Well, you're in the right place. I haven't read for Aquarius or Pisces yet. And you're in good company here. We have a lot of Aquarius and Pisces, and at least one that's Aquarius and Pisces together too. I think Striving is the opposite. She's Pisces and Aquarius rising. Let's see, Allie Johnson. Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Glad you're here. Scorpio. Let's see what comes in for us Scorpios. Oh, baby. What I'm hearing is we have opened the door and we have closed the door. So I don't know what all the other Scorpios are going through, but I certainly know how this applies to me. So anyway, Scorpios, what I'm hearing on the second is that we have already opened a door and let ourselves out of some kind of situation. I'm feeling like there's somebody that wants to get back into that situation with us, okay? Whether this is a business partner or a romantic partner, whatever this is, I feel like we have opened the door and walked out. And we've also closed the door behind ourselves. So in the second, somebody's going to be trying to open that door again. I have a feeling that we're not going to let them open that door. Just the way the phrase came to me, you have opened the door and closed the door. So I think somebody is going to be trying to make their way back into our lives and whatever area of our lives that they were before. And I don't think we'll be having it. I think we're done, 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 done. Oh, yay. Well, I'm glad that you finally made it, LaShawn. This is awesome. B-Day Rush, you're an Aquarius. Okay. That's coming up pretty soon. Thank you for being here. Also, guys, after we do Reiki, which will be after I do messages for all signs, then we'll do cards of the day and free-for-all questions. You think you know how it applies for you? Gotcha. Yep. That's pretty much what I think I'm going to be doing. That's the way I'm leaning. All right, let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I think that you're going to be doing some cleanup work on the second. Some of this cleanup work is going to have to do, for some of you, with getting rid of negative energy or stagnant energy that's in your life. So for some of you, this could be as simple as smudging your home. This could be getting rid of clutter. I need to do that. When you're done with that, please come to my house. This could be as simple as getting rid of clutter. This could be ending relationships even with people who have been psychic vampires or who have just kind of sucked away at your energy every time you have an interaction with them. And if not ending those relationships, then sort of minimizing contact with those people, that type of thing. For a lot of you, I feel like this may be family, and so you're not exactly ending the relationship, but minimizing it instead. Yeah, I think I've covered all my bases there. You guys get the picture. Doing some cleanup work. Okay, so those of you who have not already, if you don't mind, please share so people can get in on this live. We've got 3 more signs, then we're going to do Reiki, and I really like people to be here if they have questions while I'm here about the Reiki. Capricorn, Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like there's some kind of goal or target that you've been working towards, and it feels to me like this is something that is a big deal to you. Maybe other people wouldn't see it as a big deal, but for you, it's a big deal. And I think that you are making great progress towards it by the second, maybe not even completely on the second, but part of that progress is happening on the second. This feels like it's a bigger goal or manifestation that you're working on, that it's going to take more than just one day for you to make a lot of progress with it. But I do feel like you are definitely moving forward. You've got the train moving down the tracks. So good for you, Capricorns. Hello there, Sylvie. Happy New Year. Glad to see you here, my dear. Aquarius, Aquarius. For all my Aquarians out there for the second. Mm-hmm. Aquarians, you have kind of an interesting message coming in. I feel like you are going to be doing some kind of work on the second, and whatever this is, I feel like it's probably pretty repetitive, which sort of surprises me for you guys, actually. But as you're doing that repetitive work, I feel like you're going to be doing some emotional healing. You're going to be, as you're doing things that are repetitive, like over and over and over, you can kind of go into, like, I call it the zombie zone, where you're just working on automatic. And it allows you, while you're working on automatic, to think some things through that maybe you haven't thought through before. And I feel like as you're doing this, this is allowing yourself to heal, because you're really processing some things that maybe you haven't had time to over the holidays or whatever. And so as you're processing some things, you are coming into a better, more healthy place, even though the work you're doing is kind of tedious and repetitive. So that's for Aquarians. Aw, thank you, LaShawn. For that Capricorn, that sounds right. Okay, thank you for the verification. Let's take a peek at Pisces. Pisces, I kind of see this like a circular track, and I see you just walking around the circle, 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 around the circle. So there's some kind of repeating cycle that you're dealing with, Pisces, on the second. And I kind of have the impression that you maybe have thought that you had broken free from the cycle, and then something happens on the second and you realize, oh, wait a second, I'm still there. How do I get unstuck? This feels like a repeating cycle that you're kind of stuck in. You know you're kind of stuck in it, but you haven't yet figured out, okay, how do I step away from this repeating cycle? How do I make a change here? So I think this is the whole idea that this is even happening and that you're aware that it's happening again. I think that this is a good sign. It comes across to me as a good sign because you are aware. That does allow you to think about, okay, well, what do I want to do to change things? How am I going to do this? And it gives you the chance to start looking for what you can do because you are aware. I mean, a lot of people are in repeating cycles and they don't even have a clue for a very long time. Whatever's been going on, you're figuring out, this is not really what I want. I just don't know how to not do it. Let me figure that out. So I'm excited for you, Pisces. I think that's going to be something that's a little bit of a longer process for you. For some of you, this could be something like getting away from some kind of narcissistic relationship. For others of you, this could be that you just have a friend that always needs something, always needs something, always needs something. But if you want to do something, they're never there for you. Could be a lot of different cycles. Could be that you have a thought pattern that keeps you kind of stuck in a situation. And so you may be looking at, how do I change that thought pattern? So it could be a lot of different things, Pisces, but like I said, I take it as a good sign that you're aware of this. I feel like whatever it is has been going on a long time. So to come to that place of awareness is a good thing. It's the first step towards finding your way to break free from it. So that's Pisces. Hello there, Marian Grant. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you today. Happy New Year. All right, so that was all of our signs. Let's go ahead and do some Reiki. So Reiki, what I do is I set that up so that each of you will get Reiki that will help you with whatever will benefit you the most. If you have a particular thing that you would like the Reiki to help you with, all you have to do is ask the Reiki to help you with that thing, and that will adjust that intention so that that can happen. If you are watching this after the broadcast is over, all you have to do is set the intention to receive the Reiki, and you still can. The Reiki is not limited by time or space because it is energetic in nature. And so let's just get started. Alrighty, so we're going to do Reiki until 20 after the hour. Happy New Year to you. You guys are getting really good at picking up this Reiki energy. I've got some right off the bat going straight into knees, ankles, feet, crown chakras. Crown chakras have to do with your connection with the divine or with sacred. Knees have to do with your flexibility and dealing with life. Ankles have to do with flexibility and support as you deal with changes in life. Feet have to do with finding your direction in life. Feet have kind of been a theme for us lately, I've noticed. Ah, so that Pisces one's resonating with you, LaShawn. That would make sense. You're getting rid of the clutter and the vampires. Good for you. A lot of times when we get rid of clutter, next thing you know, Spirit is sending us new wonderful things. Getting rid of the vampires totally changes your energy level. Sometimes too, LaShawn tries, if you know your ascendant or your rising sign and your moon sign, those can be helpful as well. The moon sign is going to be usually about what's going on with your subconscious mind. And I'm not sure what the difference between the sun sign and the rising sign is. My Venus is also my sun sign, so usually my sun sign tells me about love, and usually my ascendant tells me about career. But I think it works a little different for just about everybody, so it's something to play with. Okay, we've got a lot of, what is this? Heart chakras going on. Heart chakras have to do with getting over emotional wounds. Your rising is Aries and your moon is in Taurus. See, my rising's in Taurus. Yeah, so you may want to check out those messages too and see if they resonate with you as well. La da 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 da. Got a lot of solar plexus energy coming in right now. Solar plexus has to do with how we express ourselves in the world. So for some of you, you're getting energy shifts around that. That can be anything from your penmanship to what kind of car do you drive, what kind of work do you do, what kind of hobbies do you have, how do you decorate your home, how do you dress, all that stuff. You're feeling the heart chakra energy? Gotcha. One more minute of Reiki. I like it whenever you get heart chakra energy. It gets us into a place usually where We don't take things as personally as we used to. Things that used to bother us are going to be like, oh yeah, that's interesting. We're just going to respond in a much more healthy way after we have energy going into that heart chakra. Okay, 20 after. Let's wrap up the Reiki. Just finishing Reiki, Miss Lorraine. Manuela, hello, hello. Okay, so now, guys, it's time for free-for-all questions. Or if you want card of the day, go ahead and type your question in the window. Or if you want a card of the day, just type card of the day or COD in the window. And I'll take you guys in the order that you show up. And at 25 after, I'm going to draw a line. Everybody that gets their question or their request for a card above that line will get one. After that, anybody that comes in is too late. Laser Kalanovic, we're having free-for-all questions or card of the day right now, honey. Happy New Year, Lorraine. Manuela wants a card of the day. Manuela, we're going to start with Lenormand with you, honey. After that will be LaShawn Treese, then Lorraine Southwick, then Kim Hefner, then Gemma Croft-Baker. I know what you mean, Lorraine. Marianne Grant. Card for little ODD. Okay. And now you guys are writing too much for me to keep up with. Let me just back up a little bit. Anna Lopez, you had burning hands. I missed that. Hands have to do with nurturing yourself and nurturing others, taking care of things. Okay, so we're going to start with Manuela. Manuela's going to have Lenormand. All right. So, Manuela, we're going to start with a house card for you, my dear, and then we'll pull a cover card. Oh, your house card is the moon. And the cover card, the bouquet. This is cool. Okay, so, Manuela, either within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours, you're going to receive a visit, and this visit is going to be after dark. Doesn't have to be a romantic visit, just somebody coming to visit you, and it's going to be after dark. Alrighty, so LaShawn Treese, card of the day. I hope that makes sense for you, Manuela. LaShawn Treese. La da da da. Card of the day for you, my dear. Oh, you've got that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You have cut somebody off. You were being generous with them, sharing your resources with them, sharing your time, sharing your energy, sharing something with them. And then you realize that they weren't really using those resources very wisely. They weren't really accomplishing what you thought they should accomplish with them. And so you decided, well, that's a waste of my resources, whatever resources you were sharing. No more for you, buddy. That's what you said, LaShawn. Lorraine is up next. Kim, what state are you in today? I say that realizing now I won't see that answer for several minutes. Lorraine's card. Okay, Lorraine, you've got the 9 of clubs showing up in reverse. This just means that you have a situation that you're trying to tie up all the loose ends and put it away all on the shelf. And you've been having a hard time actually getting that accomplished. You may have been distracted or had other fires to put out instead of that, Lorraine. Kim Hefner, you're up next. I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Lorraine. So next is Kim, then Gemma, then Lorraine, then Marion. Nope, Lorraine already had one. Then Marion, then little ODD, then Sylvie, then B. Day Rush, then Anna Lopez. Wow, you all want cards of the day. Okay. Kim Hefner. Alrighty, honey, you've got the Knight of Bows showing in reverse. This is telling me that this is somebody that you're interacting with within the past 24 hours. Knight of Bows is somebody who really likes to have a good time, and they can be very intellectual and witty. However, when he comes up in reverse, he can be sarcastic and cutting, sometimes without meaning to, and sometimes he's aware. Usually he's going to be a little bit younger than you, but that doesn't have to be, and usually it's going to be a guy that also doesn't have to be, but somebody that is sarcastic and cutting and likes to have a good time. Sometimes people are the butt of this person's jokes and they don't even realize that they're being hurtful because they're just enjoying being able to laugh. You can't take too much that this person says very personally or seriously. Highly intelligent, though. Okay, so that was for LaShawn, I think. No, that was for Kim. Okay, so now we're on to Gemma. I guess I better highlight my person that I'm on so I can keep track. Gemma Croft Baker, COD. Okay, Gemma Croft Baker, 5 of Swords in reverse, honey. This just means that you are being the peacemaker or have been the peacemaker. This can be that you were in a dispute with somebody else and you decided it's just not worth it. I'm not going to fight about this. Or this could be that you're actually like mediating between two parties to get them onto the same page. Some kind of way you're being a peacemaker, Ms. Gemma. On to Marianne Grant. Lenormand for you. Well, I guess I better draw my line, huh? Oh my goodness. There's a lot of you. There's a lot of you guys. Okay, let me get back up here. Hello, Kay Prattis. Glad to see you here, honey. Da 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 da. Where am I? Marianne Grant. After Marianne is Little ODD, then Sylvie, then B-Day Rush, then Anna Lopez. You're quite welcome, Lorraine. Alrighty. You're quite welcome, LaShawn. Okay, Marianne Grant. House card is the Mountain. Okay, cover card is the Book. Marianne Grant, are you feeling kind of overwhelmed by studies? Like you just don't know how you're going to get through all the research or the studying that you need to do? That's what I would say with those cards. Or at least you were within the past 24 hours. Little ODD, you wants a card. Okay. Little ODD. Okay, my dear. All right. What you got, honey, is the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is just telling me that there's somebody in your sphere of influence that you are in conflict with, or at least you were within the past 24 hours. Hope that makes sense for you. Ms. Sylvie, you're up next. Ms. Sylvie, 7 of Clubs, you're setting some boundaries with somebody. You're telling somebody, I will do this much for you and that much only. Or we're only going to be friends. Or whatever. But sometime probably within the past 24 hours, if not the past, then the next 24 hours, you have set some boundaries with somebody, Miss Sylvie. B-Day Rush. You're up next for a COD, card of the day. Cards of the day, by the way, guys, usually have happened within the past 24 hours, but if you don't recognize them from the past 24 hours, keep an eye out for the next 24 hours. They are a very current situation. B-Day Rush. B-Day Rush. La da 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 da. Oh my gosh. I know this is the card I just pulled off of this deck last time. Knight of Bows in reverse. Somebody you're interacting with, B-Day Rush, that's somebody who is highly, highly intelligent, loves to have a good time. When they come up in reverse, they can also be very sarcastic and cutting and hurtful, and not even realize really that they're hurting somebody else as long as they get a good laugh out of it. So somebody you've been interacting with. All right, so Anna Lopez. So weird that that card came up 2 times in a row off that same deck. COD for Anna Lopez. You just had a card fall. Ms. Anna, Prince of Wands. You're dealing with a Prince of Wands sometime within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours. This is somebody who's very gung-ho about new ideas, new projects, can be very enthusiastic, very social, very outgoing. Usually is going to be a little bit of a younger person than you, or if not younger than you, then kind of immature maybe. But this is somebody who he's really good about getting other people fired up about the vision that he sees about something. Although he may not stay so excited about things once they're not new anymore. So somebody that you've been dealing with, my dear. Tell me, Bambi, when is your husband coming home? Let's find out. Let's go back to the basics. Let's see if your husband is coming home, because I have no idea what your situation is. Maybe you know he is, but I don't want to necessarily ask a question that might not even have a good answer. So let's find out. Will Tammy Bambi's husband be coming home? Looks to me like he will be coming home, but there's definitely some delays here. Definitely some delays here. There's going to have to be some major change too. Not really liking what I'm seeing here, but I figure you probably know exactly what I'm seeing, Tammy Bambi, so I'm not going to get into all those details here in a public forum. Let's see if he makes it home by the end of January. I would say you should probably expect him the very end of this month, like the last week of January, Tammy Bambi. I don't think, though, that him coming home is kind of like waving a magic wand and everything's glorious and peaceful and wonderful again whenever he shows up. But I think he will be around. You're quite welcome, Anna. Full moon tonight. Yep. Super moon. Card of the day for Mitchell Gatewood. After that, Carla Alley. Welcome, Carla Alley. I didn't see you walk in the room. Let's see. Card of the day for Mitchell. Mitchell, I think I'm going to do Lenormand for you this time. No, I'm not. They don't want to. My Russian Tarot wants to talk to you. So, Mitchell, we're going to use Russian Tarot for your card. Wow. Okay, Mitchell. How many cards just fell here? Do you need a reading or not? If 5 cards or more fall, I know you really need a serious reading. You only got 4, so you're on the border. Let's see what card comes up for Mitchell Gatewood. You have cards falling all over. You have some really scattered energy going on right now, Mitchell. La da 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 da, la da da da, la da da da. Okay, card of the day for Mitchell. Three of Cups in reverse. Somebody close to you is getting on your nerves. They may be doing something completely inappropriate, or they may even be doing something that they don't realize is getting on your nerves, but they are making you just want to say, stop it. I really don't want to be around you right now as long as you're acting this way. Does that make sense to you, Mitchell? Carla Ali is up next. We are going to do Lenormand for Carla. Aw, thank you, Marianne. What a great comment. And I'm going to read it for the people who are watching this video later. She says, can I just say on behalf of myself and I guess everyone else in the room, thank you so much for doing these readings. It's very much appreciated. And you're so kind for taking time out to do it for us. You are so welcome. And Marianne, that comment is so perfectly timed because I just had somebody on, I think yesterday's video, leave a comment saying, what kind of readings are these? Interacting with people is reading. Something's missing here. And I was not too happy when I read that. So your comment is wonderfully timed. Soothes the soul. Carla Ali, house card for you. You've got the Star. And you've got the Woman. That's interesting. This is talking about you, Ali, with the Woman. Okay? I'm assuming you're a woman. If you're not a woman, then this is going to be talking about a significant woman in your life. But I'm kind of assuming here that you're a woman. And so with the Star and the Woman, this is talking about your reputation. There's something going on with your reputation today. It actually has a good feel with it. I feel like whoever is noticing you is noticing you in a very positive way. If this is not you, if this is somebody in your sphere of influence, this could be somebody's reputation with you. So if you're not a female, then this could be a female that you're close to, and your opinion of them would be going up. And that will have happened within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours. Let's see. And that was Carla Ali. I was calling you Ali, but that was your card, Carla. I apologize that I called you the wrong name. Okay, so there's Barb. Hello. I didn't even see you come in the room. Glad to see you here, honey. South Dakota. Oh, the airlines are frozen in. Are you frozen in too? Reiki can work with your metabolism. Absolutely, Carla. Well, time will tell which friend Manuela will be stopping by for a visit. You're quite welcome, LaShawn. You're quite welcome, Lorraine. Okay, so Barb would like to have a card of the day. You especially love the Reiki. I think, I have a hard time picking a favorite. I was going to say, I think I love the Reiki too, and then I couldn't really quite say that. I like it all. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I get to do what I love for a living. So this is a card of the day for Barb that I'm drawing right now. You're frozen. Oh, dispatchers are a pain in the patootie, aren't they, Kim? Card of the day for Barb comes up as... Okay, Barb, you're going through a major transformation right now. When we've got the Death card coming up, that's what that talks about, major transformation. This is sort of similar to the whole idea of the rising phoenix. You know, something is coming to an end so that something new can begin. And that new thing is generally much healthier, has a better foundation, much more productive, much more happiness making. This can be talking about a way of thinking that you're changing. Or it can be talking about, you know, something going on in a relationship. Maybe you're quitting one job to start a new job that's better for you. Something is changing, and it's a major change. This is not something just little, because it's a major arcana card. There are other cards that talk about change that are not major arcanas. Okay, Lorraine. Happy New Year, Kay Pratis. Life is good, 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 and getting better all the time. Mitchell, I did do a card for you. You may have to scroll back to hear it now. It's already been given. I got Metamorphosis. Thank you, little Ho DD. That's for sure. Thank you, thank you. I totally understand that card. And you're right, it is about the air energy, man. You're quite welcome, Sylvie. Lizzie Bayez, hey, 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 welcome. It's not resonating yet? Okay, just keep your eyes open. It's a current situation. If it doesn't happen within the next 24 hours, then all I can say is maybe somebody's free will changed around it and it's just not going to happen. But after 24 hours, I would kind of stop looking for it if it doesn't happen by then. Not yet for you either, Anna. Same advice. Carla, you're a little bit too late, honey. Maybe if you can catch me earlier tomorrow, but I'm glad to see you in the room. Supermoon, yeah, this is going to be extreme, extreme emotions. People are feeling extreme emotions. I'm already hearing that. Whoops, I went too far. Where did that go? There you go, Tammy. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff I saw there that I wouldn't want to share in a public place. If you think you might want to get a reading with me, all you have to do is check out my website, amista.info, www.amista.info. But if you already know what's going on pretty much, I wouldn't worry about it. But there was just a lot of stuff I wouldn't want to say really in public. You are cool, cool, Carla Alley. Congratulations on your transformation. I am glad you were here and that we got to actually interact with each other, B-Day. This is where it really gets fun, where I get to talk to people. Hey, 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 Barb. Stuck at the truck stop till it warms up. Oh, so frustrating. The news will do no good for intuitive people. Is that what you're saying, Kay Paredes? I don't watch the news. I would not know. Oh, LaShawn. We'll have to look at that next time you catch me, honey. You have to get your question or your card request in early. Once the 5 minutes goes by, I shut that window down. You're quite welcome, Barb. I'm glad that that resonates for you. B-Day, I'm just laughing at what you wrote. You hope to be able to do readings and have true clarity. You always felt different, like you could do more, but you make the craziest choices that says otherwise. B-Day, somebody who can do readings, I think we do tend to make crazier choices than other people. What would appear to be crazy to the outside world, at least. Because a lot of times we do follow our intuition more than other people will give their intuition credit. The trick, though, there's a trick to that, because if you follow your intuition and then you get scared and you pull back, then what happens is you get yourself out there on a limb where only Sacred Spirit can keep you going, and then you pull back and you just like fall off that limb into the water if you stop. You have to stay tuned into that intuition as you keep moving forward, because that's how you have solid ground to put your steps on. But if you make an intuitive decision and then you start looking at things logically, you're going to freaking hang yourself every time. If you start out intuitive, keep it going. No, I don't still do the weeklies. I figure being here every day and everybody, all the signs are getting a message for every day. I figure that's kind of the same as the weeklies. Just I get to interact with you guys more. Gotcha, Tammy. Well, if you want to schedule a reading with me, you know where I am and how to get a hold of me. So, and you know I love to read. I would say aloe vera juice, Manuela, if you have an aloe vera plant. And if not, you can buy aloe vera juice at Walmart. It'll help take the itch out of it. And the other thing that I've heard works, I've never tried this, but garlic. If you cut a clove of garlic in half and rub that juice over a rash, that's supposed to clear it up too. But I've never tried that. The aloe vera I know will take the itch out of it because I've tried that before. That overthinking, right? I know you're right, Chris Pratis. Before I knew I was intuitive, I was over the road with my husband doing truck driving, and we bought a truck. I loved that truck. It was beautiful, beautiful. And everything about it just felt great until the day that we were supposed to sign the papers. And I looked at the man that was there representing the sale, like who we were going to buy the truck from, the dealership. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, I want nothing to do with this person. Nothing. But I was so in love with that truck, the 18-wheeler, just the front of it, that we went ahead and did it anyway. And that thing was the biggest mistake we ever made in our lives, me and my first husband. Oh, thank you, LaShawn. Tiffany Jones, hello, hello. Glad you made it here. I'm actually on my way out the door, though, honey. You got here just before I leave. Anyway, thank you, everybody, so much for being here and for keeping me on my toes. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling with me. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful new year. Oh, and by the way, numerology is in our favor. This is a universal year 11, which has to do with psychic abilities and manifestation. So according to numerology, this is a good year for everyone. And also astrology, this is a much better year than last year. We don't have those big, heavy retrogrades that we had last year. We're in much better shape. So we're going to have a happy new year. So happy new year, everybody. Peace out.